Hello friends, this video on electric charges and fields part 27 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 26 before going ahead with part 27. We will now study what happens when an electric dipole is placed in a uniform external electric field. That means there is an electric field which is already present. On top of that, we place an electric dipole inside the electric field. So, will there be something unusual happening in this case? Something new will happen here? Let us have a look. Dipole in a uniform electric field experiences torque. Oh, so a new term arrived here. Torque. I am sure that all of you are aware of what is torque. Torque is nothing but it is force in rotational motion. That means it is kind of angular force. A force which is applied to an object in certain angle that makes the object rotate itself. So that means this statement mean to say that if a dipole is placed in a uniform electric field, torque will make it rotate. Is that possible? If yes, how? Let us see. Let us suppose this is uniform electric field. The blue lines represents uniform electric field, right? And let us suppose that these two small red dots represent a dipole. Let us say this is minus Q and this is plus Q. So if this dipole is placed in a uniform electric field randomly, making some angle theta with the electric field. Let us suppose it makes angle theta with the direction of the electric field. And the length of the dipole is 2a, that is distance between the two charges is 2a. So what will happen to this dipole? Now let us calculate the force that will act on each of these charges. Let us mark this point as A and let us mark this point as B. So first let us calculate the force which will act on A. So what would be the force that will act on A? The force will act due to the electric field. So what is the force that will arise due to electric field? Electric field E multiplied by the charge. So that is EQ. In which direction? In the direction of electric field. Because this is a positive charge and the electric field moves from positive to negative. This will be the direction of electric field. Electric field always moves from positive towards negative. So the electric field will push this charge towards this side because here it is negative. So positive will attract the negative. So the direction will be this side, right? So the force on A will act along this direction. So QE in the direction of E. In the direction of the electric field E. Now let us see what is the force on B. Force on B will also be equal to E into Q, but since this is the negative charge, so this will be opposite to E. So the direction would be opposite to E. So that means what do we see? We see that two equal forces are acting along the two ends of the dipole but in opposite direction. So that means let us suppose, forget about this scenario. Let us suppose you have a small stick. You apply a force F at one end point in this direction and you apply the same force F at the other end point in the opposite direction. So what will happen? This will make this rod rotate like this. So the rod will start rotating like this. So it will rotate clockwise. Imagine, just hold the pen in your hand. Apply a force at one end in this direction and the same force on this direction. You will see that the pen is rotating. So when two equal and opposite forces are applied to an object at different lines of force, then that object rotates. So observe an important thing here. Let us suppose there is a point here. You apply a force F in this direction, you apply an equal and opposite force in this direction. What will happen to this point? It will not move because the net force is equal to 0. But what happens if you have a rod and you apply a force F here and equal and opposite force at the other end? Here also the net force is 0 because the net force here is equal and opposite. But here, since the line of force is different, therefore the body starts rotating and we say that the body has a torque. Right? So therefore in this case also the similar thing happens. The dipole starts rotating and the dipole experiences a torque. Now we have to calculate. So here we see net force is equal to 0. Which force? Translatory force. So net translatory force is equal to 0, but torque is produced. Because equal and opposite forces are applied but along different lines of force. So how do we calculate torque? Torque is nothing but force applied into the displacement. So here what is the force applied? Force applied, let us suppose, is F into the displacement in the sense the perpendicular distance between the two dipoles. So the perpendicular distance is given by this length. So what is this length? If you look at this triangle, you can find that this length is, let us call this point as C. So this will be F into AC. So what is F? F is nothing but E into Q, and AC is nothing but 2A sine theta, looking at this right angle triangle, because sine theta is equal to perpendicular, that is AC, divided by hypotenuse, that is 2A. So this will be equal to, now Q, that is charge, into the distance between them is nothing but dipole moment. So PE sine theta. So therefore we can say that torque can be written as cross product of dipole moment and the electric field. So torque is equal to P cross E. So we observed a new thing here, that a dipole when placed in a uniform electric field, it experiences a torque, and the torque is defined as the cross product of the dipole moment vector and the electric field vector. So now let us discuss a few points on the torque experienced by the dipole in uniform electric field. So when do you think the torque will be maximum? Just now we derived the expression torque is equal to P cross E, or we can say torque is equal to PE sine theta. So if I want the torque to be maximum, this quantity should have maximum value. Now the maximum value of sine theta is 1. So torque will be maximum when sine theta is equal to 1. Right? Therefore, torque maximum will be equal to PE. This is the value of maximum torque, and when torque is maximum, your sine theta is equal to 1. Right? Now, when will the torque be minimum? Now, similarly, using this, we can say what is the minimum value of sine theta? It is 0. So, the minimum value of torque will definitely be 0. What happens if theta is very small? Let us suppose that the dipole, let us suppose this is the electric field, and the dipole is aligned in the electric field somewhat like this. That is, the dipole also appears to be almost straight, but it makes a small angle with the electric field. So what happens in that case? What is the torque experienced? In that case, we say that the torque is equal to PE sine theta. Since theta is very small, so sine theta can be replaced with theta. So we say that torque is equal to PE theta. Also, we know that by definition of torque, we know that torque is also defined as product of moment of inertia and angular acceleration. You would have studied this in your rotational motion chapter in class 11th, that torque is defined as the product of moment of inertia and the angular acceleration. So we can equate these two. So torque is equal to PE theta and torque is also equal to I into beta. So if you equate 1 and 2, you can equate the RHS of 1 and 2. So you get I beta is equal to PE theta. So from this, you can say beta is equal to PE theta divided by I. What is beta? Beta is nothing but angular acceleration. Let me write it down here. This is angular acceleration. So angular acceleration can be written as omega square into theta, where omega is angular velocity and theta is angular displacement. So this is equal to PE theta divided by I. So this theta and theta will get cancelled. So omega will be equal to root over PE divided by I. Or you can say that time period of the rotation T, which is equal to 2 pi by omega, can be written as 2 pi root over I divided by PE. Don't think I went out of the track, because since I was discussing about torque, I think this was also an important thing to tell, because many a times you get problems like this, that there is an electric dipole placed in an electric field of so and so magnitude, and then it starts rotating. So what is the time period of rotation? You can get questions like that. So I just discussed this so that you get an idea to how to approach such kind of situations, right? So this way we can find out the time period. So what did we observe? The net observation was that the net force in this case is 0. However, the net torque is not equal to 0. Now, whenever we talk of uniform electric field, till now we discussed uniform electric field. So what happened in case of uniform electric field? In uniform electric field, the net force acting on the dipole is equal to 0, but the net torque acting on the dipole is not 0. Now what would happen if the uniform electric field is replaced with a non-uniform electric field? In case of a non-uniform electric field, the net force is also not equal to 0 and the net torque is also not equal to 0. So in case of a non-uniform electric field, the net force is also not equal to 0. The forces are not equal and opposite, right? So this was all about the torque experienced by a dipole when placed in a uniform electric field. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.